See how people in wheelchairs go scuba diving? Come on, I'll show you. It's amazing. Today I'm diving with a group of paraplegics that don't have any use of their legs, but limited use of their hands. Anyone that has a physical challenge that prevents them from using standard scuba gear, we call adaptive divers because we adapt the scuba gear to meet whatever physical challenges they have, like making a wheelchair that floats so they can get to the boat, or installing a crane to help them get out of the water. And if a crane isn't available, they can be hand lifted out by other people to help them. And that's a critical part of adaptive diving, having a buddy that can help meet the challenges of scuba diving. This gentleman doesn't have any use of his legs and limited use of his hands, so we assist him getting his gear on, and then he just flops into the water. Being weightless underwater is an incredibly freeing experience to people that have been confined by gravity to a wheelchair. They can freely move wherever they want and feel weightless. Here you can see a number of adaptive techniques. His feet are bound together so they don't float apart. And there's no fins because unlike other divers, he's going to swim with his hands. Sometimes we can put wet gloves on their hands so that it's easier for them to swim. Other times we modify the buttons on their gear so it's easier for them to operate. Some divers need a full face mask, while others use hardly any modifications at all. But everybody has a buddy, somebody that helps them adapt to the unique challenges of diving. On this dive, the buddy's doing simple things like moving weight around to make sure they don't end up with their feet at the top and their head pointed towards the ground. Because once free from their wheelchair, these divers don't need much help, but other divers sometimes do. People with multiple sclerosis or Lou Gehrig's disease or full quadriplegics can also dive. They just need some different adaptations. For example, somebody that has no use of their arms or legs needs more buddies. Somebody to make sure that their regulator stays in their mouth. Somebody else to push them through the water. Somebody else to operate their BCD to help them remain correctly buoyant. And a fourth person to help monitor everything and relieve somebody who gets tired. Some of my favorite adaptive dives have been with a family member who has autism. Now, there are a few physical conditions that prevent somebody from diving, but that list is a lot shorter than you think. So if you, a friend, or a loved one want to learn to scuba dive, search for dive shops in your area that do adaptive diving, and before long, you'll be in the water. And thanks for coming diving with us today.